Welcome to this Project Management Foundations PRINCE2 Style Study Guide, Part 1 of 4 from TestMole.com, where employers can test candidates and teams using pre-built or custom assessments. We also create free tests and guides like this. Please help us by liking this video. Subscribe for more study guides and free tests. And turn on notifications. Okay, let's begin. According to PRINCE2, what defines a project? In PRINCE2, a project is distinguished from business as usual BU by its temporary nature. While BU focuses on maintaining existing operations, a project is a unique endeavor designed to deliver specific outputs. Key characteristics include: temporary, it has a defined start and end. Change, it introduces something new or modifies existing systems. Cross-functional, it often involves people from different parts of the organization. Uncertainty, it carries higher risk than routine operations. By creating a temporary organization, the project can focus resources exclusively on achieving the agreed-upon business objectives before disbanding. The options are: A. A permanent set of operations to produce a product. B. A temporary organization that is created for the purpose of delivering one or more business products according to an agreed business case. C. Any task that takes longer than a week to complete. D. A group of people working together without a specific end date. The answer is B. The definition highlights the temporary nature and the necessity of a business case, which are core PRINCE2 requirements. Options A and D describe BU or permanent structures, while C is an arbitrary constraint unrelated to the formal definition of a project. The principle of continued business justification means that the principle of continued business justification ensures that a project remains viable throughout its life cycle. A project must not only be desirable and achievable at the start, but must remain so until it is closed. If the business case is no longer valid, perhaps due to market changes or cost overruns, the project must be stopped. This principle prevents zombie projects that continue to consume resources without delivering value. Revalidation occurs at key decision points, such as the end of a management stage, to confirm that the investment is still sound. Choose between: A. A project must have a valid business case at the start only. B. The business case should be updated and revalidated at every stage boundary. C. The project should continue even if the benefits are no longer achievable. D. Justification is only required for the technical aspects. The answer is B. Revalidating at stage boundaries is the mechanism that enforces this principle. Option A is incorrect because justification must be continuous, not just at the start. C contradicts the principle, and D is wrong because the business case covers financial and strategic viability, not just technical feasibility. Who is ultimately accountable for the project's success and represents the business interests? The project board holds the ultimate authority and accountability for the project. Within this board, the executive represents the business interests and is the single individual ultimately accountable for the project's success. Executive owns the business case and ensures the project provides value for money. Senior user represents those who will use the project's products. Senior supplier represents those who design, develop, and implement the products. The executive is responsible for ensuring that the project remains focused on achieving its objectives and delivering the projected benefits. The options are: A. The project manager. B. The executive on the project board. C. The senior user. D. The project support. The answer is B. The executive is the role specifically tasked with business accountability. The project manager manages the day-to-day work, while the senior user and senior supplier represent specific stakeholder groups rather than the overall project accountability. The purpose of the quality theme is to ensure the project's products are: the quality theme in PRINCE2 focuses on defining, implementing, and controlling the quality of products. It ensures that the final output is not just good in a general sense, but specifically fit for purpose, according to the requirements agreed upon by the stakeholders. Key components include quality planning, defining what quality means for each product. Quality control, checking that the products meet those definitions. Quality assurance, providing confidence that the quality processes are being followed correctly. Let's review the options. A. The most expensive available. B. Fit for purpose and meet the defined requirements. C. Produced as quickly as possible, regardless of defects. D. Approved by the project manager only. The answer is B. Quality in PRINCE2 is defined by meeting agreed-upon requirements, not by cost or speed. Option A is incorrect because quality is about suitability, not price. C ignores the necessity of meeting standards, and D is wrong because quality approval is a collaborative process involving stakeholders. What is the main output of the starting up a project process? The starting up a project (SU) process is the very first step in the PRINCE2 lifecycle. Its purpose is to answer the question, do we have a viable and worthwhile project? During this process, the project mandate is refined into a project brief. This document provides the foundation for the project and is used by the project board to decide whether to authorize the initiating a project (IP) process. The project brief includes the project approach, the outline business case, and the project management team structure. The options are A. The project initiation documentation (PID). B. The project brief. C. The final product. D. The lessons report. The answer is B. The project brief is the primary output of the SU process. The PID option A is the output of the later initiating a project process, while the final product and lessons report are generated during the delivery and closing stages, respectively. PRINCE2 teams should look for lessons learned from previous projects. When should this happen? The principle of learn from experience dictates that project teams must not reinvent the wheel. Lessons are not just historical records, they are active assets that should be sought, recorded, and acted upon from the very beginning of a project until its final closure. By continuously applying lessons, teams avoid repeating past mistakes and capitalize on previously successful practices. Choose between A. At the end of the project only. B. Throughout the entire life of the project. C. Only when something goes wrong. D. Only during the initiation stage. The answer is B. Learning is a continuous process, not a one-time event at the end or a reactive measure for when things go wrong. Restricting lessons to initiation ignores the ongoing evolution of project knowledge. Which of the following are the 6 variables, aspects, of project performance that PRINCE2 controls? Select all that apply. PRINCE2 manages project performance by balancing 6 specific variables. These constraints are interconnected, changing one often impacts the others. Variable focus. Cost budget and financial viability. Time schedule and milestones. Quality fitness for purpose and requirements. Scope the boundaries and deliverables of the project. Risk threats and opportunities to objectives. Benefits the measurable improvement resulting from the outcome. The options are A. Cost and time. B. Quality and scope. C. Risk and benefits. D. Staff happiness and office location. The answer is A, B, and C. Cost, time, quality, scope, risk, and benefits are the 6 performance targets defined in PRINCE2. Staff happiness and office location are operational or environmental factors, not core project performance variables. In PRINCE2, an uncertain event or set of events that, should it occur, will have an effect on the achievement of objectives is a definition of. In the context of the risk theme, a risk is defined as an uncertain event that, if it occurs, will impact the project's ability to achieve its objectives. It is important to distinguish between risks, which are uncertain future events, and issues, which are events that have already occurred and require management action. Choose between A. An issue, B. A risk, C. A problem, D. A quality fault. The answer is B. A risk is specifically defined by its uncertainty. Issues, problems, and quality faults refer to events that have already manifested or are current realities, rather than potential future occurrences. The initiating a project process results in the creation of which major management product? The initiating a project IP process is the foundation of the project's governance. Its primary output is the Project Initiation Documentation, PID. The PID acts as a living document that provides a single source of truth, detailing the project's business case, scope, organization, quality, plans, risk, and communication strategies. Choose between A. The project plan, B. The Project Initiation Documentation, PID, C. The work package, D. The exception report. The answer is B. The PID is the comprehensive document created during the IP process. The project plan is a component within the PID, while work packages and exception reports are created during later stages of the project. The senior user is responsible for. The senior user role represents the interests of those who will use the project's products or those for whom the products will provide benefits. They are responsible for specifying the needs of the users, ensuring that the solution remains viable from a user perspective, and confirming that the delivered products meet the agreed-upon requirements. Choose between A. Providing the project funding, B. Specifying the needs of those who will use the project's products, C. Managing the project team on a daily basis, D. Approving the technical designs only. The answer is B. The senior user focuses on user requirements and benefits realization. Funding is the responsibility of the executive, and daily management is the responsibility of the project manager. Why is defined roles and responsibilities a core principle? In project management, ambiguity regarding authority and accountability is a primary cause of failure. The principle of defined roles and responsibilities ensures that every individual involved in the project, from the project board to the delivery teams, understands their specific mandate. This clarity prevents gaps in communication, avoids the duplication of effort, and ensures that decision-making authority is clearly mapped to the project's governance structure. Choose between A. So people know who to blame when things go wrong, B. To ensure the right people are involved and know what is expected of them, C. To allow everyone to do the same job, D. To reduce the number of meetings. The answer is B. This principle is about organizational effectiveness and clarity, not blame, A. Redundancy, C. Or administrative reduction, D. It ensures that the right people are involved and know what is expected of them. What is the purpose of the change theme? The change theme provides a structured approach to managing the project scope. Projects are dynamic environments. Requests for changes are inevitable. Rather than resisting change, this theme creates a formal mechanism to capture, evaluate, and decide on modifications to the project's baseline, the agreed-upon scope, time, and cost. This ensures that any change is intentional, authorized, and aligned with the project's objectives. Here are the options. A. To prevent any changes from happening during the project. B. To identify, assess, and control any potential and approved changes to the baseline. C. To change the project manager every few months. D. To update the business case only. The answer is B. The purpose is to identify, assess, and control potential and approved changes to the baseline. It is not about preventing change, A, rotating personnel, C, or limiting updates to the business case, D. Who is responsible for the controlling a stage process? The controlling a stage CS process is the day-to-day engine of a PRINCE2 project. It is where the project manager monitors the work, manages issues and risks, and reports progress to the project board. While the project board provides direction and team managers handle specific work packages, the project manager is the central figure responsible for the ongoing management and control of the current stage. Here are the options. A. The project board. B. The project manager. C. The team manager. D. External auditors. The answer is B. The project manager is responsible for the day-to-day management of the stage. The project board provides high-level direction, and team managers focus on specific technical delivery, while auditors provide independent oversight. In PRINCE2, which plan provides the business case with costs and timescales? PRINCE2 utilizes a hierarchy of plans to manage complexity. The project plan acts as the master document that outlines the overall project scope, key milestones, total costs, and the timeline required to deliver the project's products. It serves as the primary reference point for the business case, ensuring that the investment remains justified throughout the project's life cycle. Here are the options. A. The team plan. B. The project plan. C. The stage plan. D. The exception plan. The answer is B. The project plan provides the high-level costs and timescales for the entire project. Team and stage plans are too granular, and exception plans are only created when a project deviates from its original targets. A PRINCE2 project focuses on the definition and delivery of products, particularly there. The principle of focus on products shifts the project's attention from activities to outcomes. A product-based approach ensures that the project team understands exactly what is being built and, crucially, the quality criteria that the product must meet to be considered fit for purpose. By defining these requirements early, the project ensures that the final deliverables satisfy the user's needs and expectations. Let's review the options. A. Cost only. B. Quality requirements. C. Packaging. D. Marketing. The answer is B. Focusing on products means defining and delivering them based on agreed-upon quality requirements. Cost, A, packaging, C, and marketing, D, are secondary or external to the core definition of a product's functional and quality success. The senior supplier represents the interests of. In the PRINCE2 project management structure, the senior supplier is a key role on the project board. This individual represents the interests of those responsible for the technical delivery of the project's products. Their primary focus is to ensure that the project remains viable from a supply perspective, meaning the products are designed, developed, and implemented to the required quality standards within the agreed constraints. Choose between A. The customer's finance department. B. Those designing, developing, facilitating, procuring, and implementing the project's products. C. The end users of the software. D. The project manager's family. The answer is B. The senior supplier represents the supply side of the project, which includes designers, developers, and procurement teams. Other options are incorrect because the finance department is a stakeholder, end users are represented by the senior user, and the project manager's family has no role in the project. What is the purpose of the issue register? The issue register is a vital management product used to track any event that has happened, was not planned, and requires management action. It acts as a central log for all formal issues identified during the project lifecycle, ensuring that nothing falls through the cracks and that every issue is tracked from identification through to resolution. Here are the options. A. To list all project team members' contact details. B. To capture and maintain information on all formal issues. C. To store the project's receipts. D. To record the weather on project site. The answer is B. The issue register is specifically designed to capture and maintain information on formal issues. It is not a contact list, a financial ledger, or a meteorological log. In PRINCE2, an issue can be select all that apply. In PRINCE2, an issue is a generic term for any event that requires management attention. It is important to distinguish between an issue, something that has already happened, and a risk, a future uncertainty. The three types of issues are: request for change, RFC, a proposal for a change to a baseline. Off specification, a product that does not meet its specified requirements. Problem/concern, any other issue that the project manager needs to resolve or escalate. The options are: A. A request for change. B. An off specification. C. A problem or a concern. D. A future uncertainty risk. The answer is A, B, and C. Requests for change, off specifications, and general problems are all valid types of issues. A risk is distinct from an issue because it relates to a future uncertainty, not an event that has already occurred. The managing product delivery process is the primary interface between the project manager and the managing product delivery (MP) process is where the actual work of creating project products takes place. It serves as the bridge between the project manager, who plans and monitors the work, and the team managers, who are responsible for the day-to-day execution and delivery of the work packages. Possible answers are: A. The project board. B. The team managers. C. The corporate management. D. The customer. The answer is B. Managing product delivery is the direct interface between the project manager and the team manager. The project board, corporate management, and the customer interact with the project at higher levels, not through the day-to-day product delivery process. The purpose of the progress theme is to establish mechanisms to monitor and compare actual achievements against those. The progress theme provides the mechanisms to monitor and control the project. Its core purpose is to track the project's performance against the original plans. By comparing actual achievements, such as time spent, costs incurred, and products completed, against the baseline plans, the project team can determine if the project is still on track or if corrective action is required. Possible answers are: A. Of the competitors. B. Planned. C. Achieved last year. D. Requested by the senior user only. The answer is B. The progress theme is fundamentally about comparing actual performance against planned performance. Comparisons to competitors, historical data, or the needs of a single role are not the primary purpose of this theme. Tailoring PRINCE2 ensures that the project management method used is appropriate to the projects. PRINCE2 is not a one-size-fits-all framework. The principle of tailoring to suit the project mandates that the method must be adapted to the specific context of the work. If you apply too much process to a small, low-risk project, you create unnecessary bureaucracy. Conversely, applying too little to a complex, high-risk project invites failure. To tailor effectively, consider these 6 factors: environment, the organizational culture and standards; size, the scale of the project team and budget; complexity, the number of dependencies and technical challenges; importance, the strategic value to the organization; capability, the skill level of the project team; risk, the level of uncertainty and potential impact. Choose between A. Environment, size, complexity, importance, capability, and risk. B. Budget only. C. Geographical location. D. Hardware requirements. The answer is A. Tailoring is a holistic exercise that must account for the project's entire context, not just isolated factors like budget or hardware. Options focusing on single variables like budget or location are too narrow and fail to address the comprehensive nature of project governance. What is the primary purpose of the Managing a Stage Boundary process? The Managing a Stage Boundary (SB) process occurs toward the end of a management stage. Its purpose is to ensure the project board has the necessary data to decide whether to continue the project, modify it, or stop it entirely. Key activities include planning the next stage, updating the project plan and business case, reporting the performance of the current stage, seeking approval to proceed. Let's review the options. A. To finish the current stage's work. B. To provide the project board with sufficient information to approve the next stage. C. To fire team members who didn't perform well. D. To start the project. The answer is B. This process acts as a checkpoint for the project board to authorize the next phase. It is not about finishing work, that is the controlling a stage process, firing staff, or initiating the project, which is the starting up a project process. Project assurance is a role that checks that the project is being conducted correctly. It is independent of. Project assurance is a vital oversight function. To remain objective, it must be independent of the project manager, who is responsible for the day-to-day delivery. If the project manager were responsible for their own assurance, they might overlook issues or biases in their own reporting. Project assurance covers three perspectives. Business assurance, representing the interests of the organization. User assurance, representing those who will use the product. Supplier assurance, representing those who design and build the product. Possible answers are A. The project board. B. The project manager. C. The corporate management. D. The senior user. The answer is B. Independence from the project manager ensures that the project's progress and quality are monitored objectively. The project board, senior user, and corporate management are the entities that the assurance role actually supports and reports to. Which document is used to justify the project and is considered the driving force behind it? The business case is the foundation of any PRINCE2 project. It provides the why, the justification for the investment. If a project no longer makes business sense, it should be stopped. This document is not static. It is developed at the start and refined throughout the project to ensure the expected benefits remain achievable. Let's review the options. A. The project plan. B. The business case. C. The quality register. D. The risk register. The answer is B. The business case is the primary justification for the project's existence. The other options, project plan, quality register, risk register, are important management tools, but they describe how the project is managed rather than why it is being done. A highlight report is sent by the project manager to the. A highlight report is a periodic update used to keep the project board informed of progress during a stage. It provides a summary of the stage status, including performance against the plan, risks, and issues. It is the primary communication mechanism between the project manager and the project board to ensure they remain in the loop without needing to manage the project day to day. Here are the options. A. Team manager. B. Project board. C. External stakeholders. D. Senior supplier only. The answer is B. The highlight report is specifically designed for the project board's oversight. It is not intended for team managers, who receive work packages, or external stakeholders, and it is not limited to just the senior supplier. Thanks for watching. With TestMole.com, you get everything in one place, from easy candidate invites and role-based access, to deep analytics and built-in anti-cheat mechanics. We'll assess code answers, free text responses, and issue verified certificates. Ready to simplify your hiring? Give TestMole a try. And one more thing. If you like this video and want to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe.